And then once that is complete, our chores down here, our work down here will be done. We shall say goodbye to the plains of the Whiterun Hold, the lowlands, and we will take up refuge in the slightly harsher climes of the Winterhold area. But I tell you something, my friend, living in such a harsh climate certainly does toughen you up. Evening, chaps. It's only me, the Thane of Whiterun himself. We don't plan on adventuring any more today, so seeing as it's adventure's over, I think I shall take off my hood and my gloves and chill out, as they say, and then give you a bit of third-person view to boot. The Companions, a guild which we shall never grace. I say never. One day Elywnn may become compelled to join their ranks, but for the moment in time, not at this current moment. Right, we're gonna leave Elywnn here. Excuse me, for the time being. She's going to get the cooking done. She's going to start the fire, start the dinner, as they say. I'm going to leave her starting the dinner. Right, sit here, please. Come on.
Still here. All right, what is it?
What is it? I want you to take the weight off your feet and sit in a chair.
Okay, got it.
There you go. Lovely.
Anything else?
No, you enjoy the crackling fire, as I say. Relax, enjoy it. There's some wine upstairs on the cabinet. Pour yourself a couple. And get that fish pie started, eh? Right. We have a job to do. Now we better get to it before everybody in the Jarl's palace goes to bed. It might already be too late, to be honest with you. Might already be too late. See? You see his tone there? I say you see his tone, you can't see his tone, you can hear his tone, of course. You hear his tone? You're from at college. Contempt and disgust. Well, when I've finished here restoring the Gilded Green, I hopefully will at least bring some goodness to the name of a college wizard. As much as Elywnn didn't relish the thought of being the Archmage for fear of having to do such things,
they say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High.
He's ended up doing it anyway. Trying to raise the name of the... Ah, the Jarl is not in his throne. He must be in his quarters. I'll go up. Don't mind me, people, I've got business with the Jarl. It's rather important. Ah, he must be in his chamber. Wow, I haven't been here before. Jarl's quarters. I hate to intrude, but I am assuming you're giving me permission to go inside, Preventus?
The Jarl is, as you can imagine, very busy. Perhaps I can assist you.
Yes, I've killed the bandit leader at the Silent Moons.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
Don't tell me. 100 gold pieces? Thank you so much. It's
Enjoy
a
your visit,
thought
Dragonsreach.
that counts, I suppose. Right. I'm going to save it, Beef. I don't want to... Yes, I don't want to cause a massive catastrophe here, but I have some important news for the Jarl, and I really need to see him. I know I don't want. It's rude of me to intrude in his private quarters, but it needs to be done. Whoa! I was expecting a room, not a place as big as this. Wow! Oh! Hello? Holy cow, look at this! This is huge! Hello? Hello there!
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken roars. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
You don't really want a bandit raid, do you? Oh my god, this complex is humongous! And here he is, Jarl Balgruuf the Greater. I'm gonna wake him up and give him the news. It's not too late, is it? Only 10 o'clock, shouldn't be in bed anyway. And so the task is done. Elywnn has informed Jarl Balgruuf of Lydia's demise. The Jarl, of course, wanted to know the ins and outs of what happened. So Elywnn, of course, relayed the facts. And also relayed the adventures they got up to together among their travels. And how he was thankful to the Jarl for allowing the services of Lydia to be bestowed upon him. They were much appreciated. Sound of the rushing water. The night breeze and the stars out. It really is a rather serene setting. So tonight we have pretty much... Oh, shut your whining. So all that's left for us to do really is to enter back into our residence, the lovely Breeze home. There she is, Brillina, standing by. She's probably made the fish pie now. I'll get to it in a moment, Brillina. I'm sure it's delicious. Goblet of mead. You're a mead drinker? You're not a wine drinker? Well, I suppose it's more for me then. She's an... Oh, it's not even mead, it's ale. Cheap ale? Huh. Easy to please, eh? So we found out that Brillina prefers ale to wine. An interesting taste. I shall have to delve a little bit deeper into that one a bit later. But before we end today's set of updates, there was a book on one of the shelves in the Jarl's palace. A rather fitting book considering where we're going to be heading to next. Herbain's Bestiary, Hagravens. Now, if I'm not much mistaken, in order to revive the Gilder Green tree, we're going to have to retrieve Nettlebane, and I think we retrieved that from a Hagraven. If the priestess is to be believed, at least that's what I think she said. And if that is the case, then reading up about Hagravens might be the best way to prepare ourselves for tomorrow. So, on camera, I'm going to have a wee read about Hagravens. It's not too long, but it's probably just long enough for you to sit down with a nice cup of tea after a hard day's work and listen. Five Suns Dawn. I have heard a tale most bizarre. A beautiful young woman cast out of town by the thrown stones of accusers for giving in to the dark arts. They say she fled into the Reach and never reappeared, and justly so, because they say the devilry of her magic had grown stronger with each new day. Shortly after, a witch of half woman and half bird had been sighted deep in the mountains, and as the sightings increased, the young women began to disappear. This tale has brought me to the Reach, where this witch they call a Hagraven makes its home. With sword and shield at the ready, for I must see this creature and I must slay it. 24 suns dawn. The stomach of an average man would turn at the cruelty set before me. I first saw the thatch and bone, the human skulls, the dead goat heads mounted on pikes, filthy animal pelts, loose entrails and feathers matted in blood. I had heard that forsworn revere and protect these hag-ravens, and all around were their small crude trinkets and altars to these witches on which sat dull empty soul gems. What vile creature would live where all things are dead? Deeper into the lair, I heard it first, an unsteady shuffling followed by a heaving, unforgettable stench. I thrust the torch in front of me and waited for my eyes to adjust to the tunnel of darkness ahead of me. I saw the silhouette of what I thought to be a frail woman on an awkward gate, but the light of the torch revealed something else. This hag-raven was horrifying, almost human, but more an abomination of woman and creature fused together, nothing more than a husk of humanity surrendered in exchange for possession of the powers of dark magic. This magic corrupted her greatly, and her dull glass eyes stared with hate from the visage of an old crone sat atop the body of a contorted, misshapen human body adorned with black feathers. It bristled as it let out a piercing scream, and as a vivid red light began to form in the palm of its talons, it was all I could do to raise my shield in defence of magic most foul. I fought through devilry that seemed to snatch life from me, and the thought that this thing was once a woman seemed to play on my nerves. Most men would have crumbled, but I do not bend. The Hagraven is a most repulsive creature and deserving of its fate, and its claws that are my trophy will tell the story of Herbane's triumph. I have naught but to continue my travels and my conquests, for I have yet to see what would make me tremble. So a Hagraven seems to be a half-woman, half-bird evil witch. I'm sure Elywnn can just about manage to take down one of those. If he can stand toe-to-toe with a dragon, a Hagraven should be no problem. And if Herbane can take one down, well, why not Elywnn? And there ends our set of updates for today, as we sit, or in the case of Brelina, stand by the warming fire of Breeze Home. We're going to eat our fish pie supper, have a drink, have a brief conversation, get to know each other a little bit better, and then we're going to go to bed and prepare ourselves for tomorrow's trek into a mine and then onto a Hagraven. So join me next time. See you soon.